Hello everyone, this is Nikos. Today we're going to be diving into the world of Amazon PPC. Amazon PPC is very important because if you master it, it will allow you to actually sell your own private label product on Amazon. So if you're just a beginner or you're just looking to brush up on the key terms, this is the video for you. Amazon PPC stands for pay-per-click advertising on Amazon. It's a model where advertisers, or in this case sellers, pay a fee each time their ad is being clicked by a potential buyer. This model is instrumental, for sellers looking to increase their visibility for their products on Amazon. So when you set a PPC campaign on Amazon, you choose your keywords that you want to related to your product. So when a shopper searches for one of those terms, Amazon decides which ad is going to display through a bidding system. So if your ad is clicked, you pay the cost of that click. So hence, as we call it, pay per click. Utilizing Amazon PPC is crucial because it enhances product visibility, driving more traffic to your product listings, and it's especially important in a highly competitive marketplace like Amazon. Of course, you could have PPC too on Shopify and so on, but we're talking about Amazon here today. So we're getting your products in front of the right customers can give a significant boost of sales. So really what you want to do is you want to get to that front page of Amazon. So what does it look like when it comes to the screen? So really what I'm going to do is we're going to look for wireless headphones here, and you can actually see how things are popping up. You probably find that you've got at the beginning, you've got some sponsored listings. These are all being advertised. Sometimes you get in the middle, and then you actually get some naturally within the listing. We talked about PPC. Next thing we've got is CPC. It's the cost per click. So this represents the actual amount you pay each time a shopper clicks on your PPC campaign. Factors influence the CPC include the competitiveness of the keywords, so how many people are actually using that keyword, the relevance of your product, and your bid amount. The higher the competition and the bid amount, the higher the cost per click is likely going to be. So let's say the scenario again, we're looking at the wireless headphones on Amazon. So we've set out a PPC campaign and targeting the keyword headphones. So if you decide to have your bid amount, so you say, I'm going to put £1.50 for that click. The actual cost per click, even though the maximum pay is £1.50, the actual cost per click might end up actually being lower. It might be the case that you got that click with just £1.25 in advertising or £1.20. So that's something that you need to think with your product. So in this example, although we were actually willing to pay the £1.50, we only paid the £1.20 because that's all that was needed to outbid the competition. Now let's talk about ROAS, ROAS, or return on ad spend. It is a metric, that is being used to measure the effectiveness of your advertising campaign. So you calculate it by dividing the revenue generated from ads by the amount spent on those ads. So we're going to have a look at an example for you guys. So again, going back to our campaign, we've got with the wireless headphones, we've got 100 clicks on that campaign. So the ad spend, the cost per click, let's say, is £1.25. So your total ad spend is actually 125 quid. Why is that? Because obviously you've got 100 clicks on that. So we're saying £1.25 per click. So the sales revenue, so out of those 100 clicks, 10 we've got sales. So each set of headphones sold for 50 quid. So bringing a total of £500 in sales. So obviously, again, nice and simple, 10 times 50 to get the 500 quid. So the ROAS calculation is divide the sales revenue, by the ad spend. So how much did you actually get? We got 500 quid. How much did you spend? 125. So therefore, 500 divided by 125 gives us that 4. So with the ROAS of 4, what does that mean? It means that for every dollar, so for every dollar that you're actually spending on advertising, you're gaining back $4 in sales. So this is a positive indicator of the effectiveness of your ad campaign. The higher that number, the better it is for yourself. Next thing is we've got ACoS, So what is the advertising cost for the sale? So this is a key metric, for Amazon and sellers using PPC. It's calculated by dividing the ad spend by the sales generated from ads and then multiplying it by 100 to get it as a percentage. So a lower ACoS indicates a more profitable ad campaign for us. So for example, again, if we go in with the headsets, we've got, if you spend 50 quid on ads and you make 200 quid worth of sales, your ACoS should be 25%. So this means that you spend 25 cents on ads for every dollar that you actually generated. An ACOS of 25% means that for every £4 that you made in sales, you spent £1 on advertising. Okay, so sellers, we do actually aim to have an ACOS the lower the possible. Okay, the majority of really times you're thinking, have I got an ACOS below 30%? That's what you're looking for. Understanding these key terms, okay, is very vital in running a successful Amazon PPC campaign, and they provide insights into the performance of your products and helping you get informed decisions, okay? Because obviously, what we're going to be doing, and this is going to be a set of practically like lessons. Eventually, we're going to start optimizing those campaigns, and that's the key terms that we're going to be using: ACOS and ROAS. Cost per click. These are the terms we're going to be using in order to use and optimize our bids. Of course, we're going to be going through a lot of different lessons talking about bid optimization and going a bit more specific and looking at graphs and looking at the actual bids. But what I'm going to be doing is displaying three just roughly things that you could actually do to optimize your key campaign. Okay, so the first thing you got to be doing is, have you got goals? What are your goals for that PPC campaign? Well, are you trying to maximize the visibility? Are you trying to clear out your inventory? Are you trying to maintain even so profitability as your best selling product? So depending on what your goal is, that's how you need to optimize that bid. Secondly, is choosing the right keywords to begin with. Okay, so start by choosing keywords, the right keywords, using Amazon Search Term Report to find high performing keywords and add them to your campaigns, or identify and negate irrelevant or underperforming keywords to reduce unnecessary ad spend. So you can actually see and go in and see exactly what keywords are actually being used. You can see what even search terms are being used by customers to buy your product. And what I do is I also use Helium 10 to actually find out the keywords that my competitors are actually using. So very easy. So say, for example, if you put here your wireless headphones, all I've got to do is actually do Helium 10 X-ray keywords and find out what my competitors are actually using. I can do it at the front page, or I can go specifically to my competitor and target his keywords. So that's something you can actually do with having a software on board. Adjusting your keywords. Okay, so next you need to regularly adjust them. If a keyword is performing well, maybe consider to actually increase the bid to get more sales from it. Or if the keyword is actually not performing well and you can see this ACOS is quite low, quite high, then what you need to do is make sure to either lower the bid or even consider pausing it. Or worst case scenario, you might need to adjust your listing. So utilizing negative keywords, okay, so you need to exclude them from search terms that are not converting or simply are just too costly. So this helps in optimizing your ad spend and improving your relevance on your ads. There's no point just feeding the Amazon ad bot because it will just get all the money. You need to be careful in regards to what you do. Analyzing and improving your ACOS. Okay, so regularly analyze your ACOS. A high ACOS may indicate that your bids are simply too high and your conversion rate is too low. So on the other hand, a very low ACOS means that you're not investing enough to reach your potential customers. So it might be the case that we've got 10% ACOS. Could we actually be doing more? Enhancing your product listing. Okay, so ensure that your product listings are optimized. Okay, so you've got high quality image, clear, compelling product descriptions, and competitive pricing. Okay, can help improve your conversion rate. Yes, you can spend money advertising, but if you've got a product that is actually not there, not pretty looking, and not clickable from the customer, what's going to happen is just going to click on that product and then just not buy it. So very, very important. Don't forget, the main thing you're actually starting everything is images, images, images. Measuring and adjusting your ROAS. Okay, so always measure your return on ad spend. Okay, to evaluate the overall effectiveness of your campaign. Okay, so you're using this metric in conjunction with ACOS to find a balance between visibility, sales, and profitability. Adjust your strategies as needed to maintain a healthy return on ad spend. Optimizing your Amazon PPC. It's an ongoing process, okay? But understanding your key metrics, regularly adjusting your strategies, and ensuring your product listing are top notch, you can drive better results and maximize your advertising return on investment. So now let's have a look at what are the common mistakes that people do when it comes to Amazon PPC. So first of all is ignoring negative keywords. So one common mistake is not utilizing negative keywords. There are keywords that you specifically do not want your ad to show for, okay? So by ignoring them, you might be just simply wasting money on irrelevant or unprofitable clicks. And you often find that Amazon will actually say to you, here here's a term that you should actually be using, and you find out that you're just basically throwing money down the drain. So setting and forgetting, another mistake, okay, that is when people set and forget. Okay, you're thinking, I'm just going to set my campaign and just leave it going. So PPC campaigns require regular monitoring and adjustments. Okay, so neglecting this can lead to overspending of a low performing keywords and missing out on potential high performing assets. Not understanding the match types. Okay, this is something that unfortunately it took quite a lot of time for me to actually understand. It's very crucial that keywords match types. It's very crucial that you actually understand the difference between them. Okay, exact, broad, and phrase are three different terms, and in fact, actually, when you're setting campaigns and your keywords, you should try and get three different campaigns: one for exact, one for broad, and one for phrase. Because if you don't understand the difference between them, that can lead to poor campaigns. Very important to understand the difference between exact, phrase, and broad when it comes to setting campaigns on Amazon. Inadequate bidding strategies. Okay, so I need to be very mindful when it comes to bidding strategies. Bidding too low might make your ad invisible, while bidding too high could simply just erode your profits. You need to use Amazon-based suggestions as a starting point and adjust based on your performance. In fact, I actually go usually for a default B of 50p, just so you know on that. So overlooking your product and listing quality, okay, as already mentioned previously. So never underestimate the power of a high quality product listing, okay? Even if the best PPC campaign can save a listing where it's got poor images, a vague description, or uncompetitive pricing. Pricing very important too. Regularly optimize your listings to enhance your PPC performance. So I constantly trying to actually readjust my listings. So avoiding these common mistakes and adhering to the best practices will set you on the path of PPC success. Okay, remember the goal is not to just drive clicks, but to drive profitable sales. So let's quickly recap on what we've actually talked about here today. Okay, so we delved into the basics of Amazon PPC when unraveling the key terms of cost per click, ROAS, and ACOS. We've also explored strategies for optimizing a PPC campaign and discussed common mistakes to avoid. Amazon PPC can be a very powerful tool to boost your product visibility and drive sales. Okay, so the key is to stay informed, monitor your campaigns regularly, and adjust the strategies based on performance data. Don't get discouraged by the initial challenges. Okay, so PPC is a learning curve, very much a learning curve for us, and every adjustment brings you closer to success. If you've got any questions or need any clarification on the topic, feel free to leave a comment. Okay, any feedback is invaluable for us. If you want to book a one-to-one session with myself, I've got the link below in the description where you can do that. The software that I use to streamline my private label process and actually keep track of my profits for it is Helium 10. I've got the link below in the description for us for that too. When you can get up to 20% off for 6 months. And honestly, if you're thinking of doing private label, that's how you actually start. You start with Helium 10. And yeah, so what I'm going to be doing also, I'm going to be putting a link there for yourselves with a video with what filters I use in order to identify a product on Helium 10. And happy selling.